Hello, this is Ralph K. Ginorio. Give me a few minutes and I'll suggest an idea worth considering. With God's help, we're on our own. We, the American people, as it should be, are in a situation in the election of 2012 where we are on our own. By the grace of God, the Supreme Court didn't protect us from Obamacare, as it should have. We're on our own. Governor Romney, who I respect, who I'm enthusiastically supporting, who I will vote for, did not look Barack Obama in the eye in the foreign policy debate and challenge him on his cover-up over the Benghazi massacre, on his refusal to support our people during the 6-hour gun battle, or on the consistent refusal of Hillary Clinton's State Department to provide adequate security to our people in a danger zone. So we have to. Governor had his strategy, God bless him. I hope it works out. I hope that the mealy-mouthed, lily-livered moderates eat up that soft-mitt tone. Meanwhile, the president is guilty of an impeachable offense. Lying to the American people, lying to Congress, lying to the world, distorting the truth, and covering up. He's guilty of what Richard Nixon did in Watergate. It wasn't so much the break-in that destroyed Nixon, it was his use of executive power to cover up. And this isn't the first time. Eric Holder's Justice Department is behind the Fast and Furious gun running scandal that allowed Mexican drug lords to take American-made weapons into the burgeoning civil war south of our border. And Obama blocks Congressman Ice's investigation with a claim of executive privilege. This isn't the only thing Holder has done in Obama's name. Holder refused to consider it racism when new Black Panther Party members stood outside of 2008 polling places with truncheons. Oh no, it's only racism and voter intimidation when conservatives do it to liberals. We the people, by God's grace and with God's help, are on our own. We have to earn our freedom. Are we become so weak, so bovine, so docile, that we will allow a fast-talking, smooth-talking socialist to take our freedom away from us? Our rights to control our body, our rights of religious conscience, to decide to support or not to support institutions that oppose perhaps birth control, oppose perhaps abortion, or are we owned by the state and commanded by the liberals to fully participate in Obamacare, which demands that every institution, unless it's the most narrow definition of a church, conform with liberal doctrine? Well, religious liberty isn't limited to people who wear the collar. Religious liberty is the prime liberty upon which the United States is founded. It is for all of us. So, we're on our own. The courts don't seem to protect us from creeping socialism. Our presidential candidate chooses to have a soft power approach over confrontation. Fine. But we're on our own. We have to confront the enemies of freedom. We have to be willing to confront the power. And the first step in that is acknowledging evil. Either you're the kind of old-style patrolman who walked away when there was a fight, because of whatever reason, just didn't want to notice it. Because if he noticed it, he'd have to stop it. Which is the kind of unwillingness to see the world that gave us the Holocaust and every other massacre you can possibly imagine. Or are we going to take notice, take personal responsibility for defending our freedom, for protecting our rights? Are we going to step up and, as a people, through our institutions and as individuals, demand that Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and everyone involved with Benghazi are going to be held accountable? Moreover, we're on our own in one other way. It's October, and every time a Republican candidate for president is ahead since 1988, there's an October surprise. The Democrats just lay out some kind of ridiculous scandal or man-made crisis in order to smear the Republican candidate and the Republican ticket days or weeks before an election with an intent to stampede us into voting Democrat. because we don't want to panic. We don't want danger. So we better stick with the tried and true. Expect them to pull some nasty nonsense between now and November. Revelations about Romney, revelations about Ryan, revelations about the Republican Party, to muckrake absolutely anything they can to panic and stampede we the people, who they believe to be a bunch of bovine slave wannabes. It's getting close. We're on our own. With God's help, we will stand and earn our freedom again in this generation, as past American generations have had to earn theirs. Be well.